Did you say anything about the 10 years that we were discussing last time, or you didn't dive into it at
Yeah.
all?
No, I think Mike, you're good with that. Will the
Yeah, that's
next
good.
in person first person role play, like not downtime, will be on the theme of Diabelec, of the vampire, removing that vampire, and that will be the adventure for your adult time. It will be the highlight of your adult years. Now, what we are left, the mission today, our mission, is to tell the story, what happens during the moot and after the moot, and up until that point when, how do we find a logic to that? How do we populate the years of downtime until the moment when you give yourself the means, you give yourself what it takes to confront, to go and get that vampire,
Mhm.
So I want us to, I'll give you, basically I'll give you a rundown of what happens at the moot, at this famous famous moot. You can add, because we are off, because we're not even third person. I think I imagine if anyone wants to have a word with an NPC or something, we can delve in, okay? But you can add anything to the story. I mean, we can just invent. I'm going to tell you what happens. You cannot change that, because those are like world level sort of like events. But you can add anything you want. You can tell me I get in touch with the King Allbrecht, or I don't know, I assassinate King Allbrecht. I don't care about King Allbrecht. You can tell me I rescue Johann from falling onto the dark side, or I push Johann and provoke his, so he reveals himself. Whatever, you can say you'll see when I so let me tell you a little bit what happens in during that mood. This is the lair of yet the lair of another bunch of extremists. The Brotherhood of Wolf, very self-righteous, old school Garou, that and that the majority of them are at the sept of the Blood Fist are Brother of Wolf. There is 15 Garou at this cairn, and 6 of them. So there is 9, 15 total, and 9 of them are Brotherhood of Wolf. There will be a big fight during the moot. First, the opening howl, the sort of like the collective howl, where that I don't know, possibly there's 100 Gao. Imagine there is more than, how many did we say? There's more than 100 Gao there. Well, now that I imagine it, I think 100 is already a lot. Between 100 and 200, let's say, yeah. And the opening howl is really it's experimental. It's the worst music ever. Just the dissonance between there is just something wrong in the air, that something is about to hit, that no one is in accord, is tuned up with each other. Right from the start of this mood, the opening howl will be the assurance. It's the assurance that everything is going to go wrong, and everything will go wrong during this World Moot. I think it's going to be a catastrophe. That is actually when the Garou nation will collapse proper. From there, it will crumble and collapse further. You know, these the locals, yeah, the 9 brother of Wolf, they themselves are split in half. There is 5 that will turn to the cult, and 4 that won't. There will be an assassination. The right master, I think, will be assassinated. Who was against the cult, you know, who was trying to prevent the cult, or maybe the opposite. You know, maybe he was from the cult and someone wanted to prevent that. You know, there will be a big misunderstanding, and challenges will just set the whole thing on fire. People will Garou will challenge one after another. You know, and the thing will go like a keg of powder. The thing that happens as well on the Umbra side is that the place is run. It's one of the most ancient. I think it is the like you have the heart of the forest for Pushta. This is the heart of Europe, and there are two major spiritual figures there. Is the Ice Queen and Wolf King, and those 2 spirits. They are next level spirits, right? And the Wolfkin is the patron spirit of the Brotherhood of Wolf. It was the patron spirit of all Garou before they split in a nation made of various tribes. And there was one tribe originally. He was the totem. And his queen, she's the Ice Queen. She runs all the elemental side of, you know, elemental forces. She's the queen of elemental forces, and he is the queen of the wild, and he's the king of the king of the wild. Yeah, the king of the animal kingdom, and the way I had that. Oh, of course, it's not open. His thing is, I think, with King Wolf is natural selection. So he's a very intolerant, you know, sort of like it's the law of nature. Voilà. The law of nature for him is everything, and he wants to protect that, and he represents, and he's the manifestation, the spiritual manifestation of that principle. And that's what Garou society has been based upon, like the litany and overall, you know, they work. Voilà, there's a predator. He's justified. He's self-righteous because he serves the law of nature, and killing is part of a cycle, and the strong prevail and all that. The thing is, the Cult of Fenris, they took that to the next level. They want to use that law to their own hands. They say, I think there will be a debate, like inflaming the whole night or the whole 3 days. I don't know how long this thing would last. The argument of the Cult of Fenris for them becoming them what they are is that corruption came into the mix, and that chain of command is being has been perverted, and that Garou themselves aren't are to be blamed for that. That their heart is weak, and the Cult of Fenris is going to fix that. And if they are not let to lead, then they will split. and leave the nation. Then that will leave a scar forever in the rest of all the tribes, who will lose confidence, and there will be a sense of paranoia, going around. Whereas, like, who is truly like a good Garou, a good Garou, on what side of the fence are you? Do you know yourself? Loads of delation. How do you call it? Like giving reporting on people, and there will be like sort of a witch hunt after that going. And yeah, it's not going to be it's going to be a tough time, I think. Beginning of the split and that sundering, the shattering of the nation is going to be very. Ugh. So the thing is that in the Umbra, the first sort of like the lieutenant of Wolf King, it's Fenris. It's this ice wolf, who is the product of both the ice king, the ice queen, and the wolf king. Fenris is this ice wolf, yeah, and he has this total intolerance of elemental sort of like reckoning. That fire thaw ice, ice freezes water, and if there's something wrong in the process, I don't know, boom, like atomic, something like that. If you try break an atom, then you have an explosion. So he has that sort of like absolutism in it, combined with the bestiality of the Wolf King. And Fenris, during that night, during this moot, will challenge the Wolf King himself, and he will shame the king. He cannot consume it. He cannot consume the king, but the king will lose face. So that too will push the Brotherhood of Wolf to resign, to dissolve, dismantle, and the original tribe of the Garou won't be no more after that, and be replaced by the Cult of Fenris. And those who will not join the cult will out of shame will resign from Wolf. And their totem was defeated by Fenris as well. Wolf was defeated by Fenris, so the tribe of the Brotherhood is no more, and the escapees, the survivors, the other half basically will have to pick new tribes. And that's what will happen to to Alec yet another time. After this goes through, Alec will have to find, if he doesn't join the cult, you'll have to pick. I don't think that's your trip, but you'll tell us. That's what we'll do, Johan. Anyway, Johan has been, and he will drag. You know what? He will drag Jonette in it, because you told Jonette to stay close to him, and in fact, that went the other way around. And
no.
I think she got a hook. She got hooked, and she got a crush on him, or something clicked, and possibly for the wrong reason. And she'll probably suffer big time later on. But that night, the two of them will slip away from you. If whatever you say, you tell me. When I just finished the spiel, another possible 5 minutes, and you have everything you need to have us all sort of like ramble on what's next, or what's in between. So there's those two, Jonette and And Johan, joining the cult. The cult officially formed, declared that night. On top of that, the Stargazers, towards the beginning of the Moot, before the big clash, the big divide with the Cult of Fenris happened, and the dissolution of the Brotherhood, the Stargazers announced they're leaving. That set the mood as well. The opening howl was a joke, but then the Stargazers announced their departure. They're departing. They're leaving the whole affair. There will be Garou doing their own things from now on. Something to do with focusing on what's next. You know, like they will be very elusive, secretive about it, and unknowingly unclear about what their true intentions are. Between us, I think the way I figured them out, I think the Stargazers here, not that they reject rage as per se, you know, I think they still want to make use of it, but they see the pitfall it may you know become, and how, yeah, that's possibly the biggest, if it's the biggest strength, it's as well the biggest weakness of Garou. And they're clever, but their thing as well is that in fact they want to go into the retreat and live into a world, a pocket world in the Umbra, which is the ideal Gaia, the Gaia's realm. Gaia evolved to its full potential, and they just want to live there. And in that realm, there is no worm, there is no sickness of the worm. The worm is doing its job properly. There's no sickness of the weaver. The weaver isn't gone mad. Or the triad with the wild. They're all you know, it's full circle. Everything goes fine. So I think the Stargazers are looking. Maybe they want to enact some kind of like next level secret rite to manifest the realm of Gaia herself back onto that plane. So, Stargazers saying goodbye. The Brotherhood dissolved. The Cult of Fenris formed. The nation shattering. To top it up, during that night, the Howl of Gaia will start to shrill non-stop through the spirit realm, the spirit wilds, the Umbra. From then on, Gaia is reported missing, and she's believed either I don't know, abducted by the worm, abducted by Oblivion. She's not answering the call, you know, and only is heard this kind of eternal wailing. This. Now we enter the V5 5th edition style umbral travel. You cannot any longer enter the Umbra through just your reflection. You need to make a ritual, a rite happen. You need to do a rite, the rite of shadow passage, and you need to repeat the rite to come back to the physical world. So there's and you cannot stay in the. So it means the gauntlet, the lock thicker. Staying in the Umbra, it's 1 willpower per scene. So if you stay in the Umbra too long, you lose all willpower to leave or go back. Loads of Garou will disappear in the Umbra at this stage, surprised by the new opacity of that realm, and they will become starving remnants. So a lot of Garou disappear. The population of Garou, I think, will go down like a quarter, and in a couple months, and half in a few years. It will really be the apocalypse. It's gonna be terrible. What happens to the whole species, and Luna will be pissed off. I think there will be a decrease as well in newborn Garou. Kin will be a rarity. To be kin seeking will become the next sport, like the next priority, like repopulate fucking as quickly as possible. That will attract loads of Banes and etc. Imagine the rippling effect on that world, that is all interconnected, as we know. And moon bridges, they all collapse, they all stop working. No more traveling at the speed of whatever speed, the speed of light, the speed of moonlight between cairns. No more moon bridges between cairns. So isolation, and with everything that comes with isolation, back to a world of superstition, of fear, of a world filled with the strange beyond the border. So that's the whole thing. You see that moot alone could last 15 sessions, no problem, and what we're that's the way we're going to tackle it, and tackle the aftermath of that, and how your character, let's ask ourselves, how do your character navigate that mood? What's intriguing to you as a player? Like you see that, you your character, where do you see him resonating with whatever I described, and where is your character going to navigate from there? So now I sorry to have taken so long, but now I reopened the conversation into something I hope we can be dynamic about. You know what I mean?
I put a GIF in the Werewolf chat that basically sums up Lucas's response.
This is Lucas. Anakin is Lucas.
Yeah, basically, he's like, what do you mean? What do you mean there's no more Umbra? What do you mean we have to do new?
Okay, then let's go for mine.
Okay. Yeah. It's a lot to take in. Your family is gone. Your people is gone. The UN cannot protect you. Highway and roads can't be used anymore. You cannot communicate with you can't call, you lost the phone number to your mother, and this weird uncle, the Stargazer that protected you from afar, is disappeared. Everything has gone, like everyone is left to their own. I think the pack will gain a new dimension as well. The pack is really now will begin to shine. Not just be the element of bigger politics, but it's going to run it slow. The pack is going to have a boost. If anything, that's the only positive I see.
Well, I was gonna actually ask about that. This is totally out of character, but in the what's the book called? The other book, the Shattered Nations. They have the chapter on packs and like details about that. Can we incorporate that after the downtime and we're in our adult stage?
Yeah, it's a good. It could be a cool mini game for tonight. Yeah.
Oh, I have a question. I just have something to ask about. Is it possible to do like a Heart of the Forest if you play that game, where like the main character joins oh god, joins the old tribe before it became the Cult of Fenris by connecting to something that's still like raw and true to form, that it hasn't been tainted by the sort of the corruption that Fenris has. Is that an avenue that could Alec still take if he wanted to?
So I didn't understand your question at all. Can you just not refer to the game and just not refer to the... I don't remember the video game very well, because there was multiple ways to play it, you know. So I went a different path than you, and I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, just using that as an example, but like, could Alec still stay in the tribe he is in right now by like still staying true and connected to like the original purpose of the tribe?
Yeah,
and not letting like the corruption hit him.
No, sure, you can be one of those lone Garou that decide to, no matter the consequences, still owe allegiance to befuddled, humiliated, old school spirit totem. Yeah?
Old wolf.
Yeah. No, totally. And I think you won't be the only one. I think there will be like another 2 or 3 in Pushcha now. Maybe we'll join the caern of the forest, the heart of the forest.
Yeah, what's his name? Maybe like that could be like how they sort of connect Alec and that, I can't remember his name, that the Urge, the old Get a Wolf guy. I can't remember his name. Heavenly Gaze. That's sort of like how they band together. Yes, it's like, oh no, we're not giving into this cult. Right, we're staying true, and sort of like he can like help guide Alec along the path, because Alec is not a spiritual person.
Yeah,
and they can try to like make a push with the other old school or loyalists inside the moot. They can try to rally together, but still get like beat ultimately and forced to run away.
Okay, yeah, sure. Heavenly Gaze did not he did he come? No, I don't think he came. Huh?
I thought he came.
To the with potency. He's yes, you're right. Yeah, and he's not, according to my notes, he's not going to turn. So yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, good. Yeah, that's good. That works totally. And yeah,
you can say maybe some sort of dynamic forms, because Alec still at this point is only 15, so maybe Heavenly Gaze sort of becomes sort of maybe a father figure for him as he is hit with another just like gut punch, like only months after his last one.
Yeah, this Garou life is just one blow after the next. Cool. Yeah, during the moot, there would probably be challenges after challenges, you know? Not just like it's not like open. I don't think there would be an open sort of like skirmish, you know, just open brawl, you know? But challenges after challenges. And to the death, yeah? But then they lead into another, and yeah, it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, I think that would sum up Alec's sort of like action during this. Maybe like as like the craziness starts, he's like, oh my god, where's Johan? Where's everyone? And then like he sort of like feels like the spiritual pressure of it, and then like also like the other people who remain loyal, and they like seek each other out. They try to stop it, but ultimately can't stop it. And then they're forced to retreat. Alec tries to make his way into the Umbra. He can't, because he doesn't know how to.
Yeah. Because now, yeah, you try to go through your reflection, and You just hit a wall, like, yeah. It doesn't work.
It's like, oh shit, how do we get out of here?
Yeah, I think all Garou will be stuck on the physical in the physical dimension. Most of them will have to leave that place, by land, traveling,
On foot, yeah.
on foot.
Very frustrating.
And there might even be like a battle where they fight and lose, and like the survivors try to make their way back to the heart of the forest, surviving loyalists.
Yeah, there were those guys as well. The old worlder guys that took and raised Johann when they found him. There was this. They found him in the truck that led to the zoo. He escaped from the truck. Yeah. And the old worlders as well. They'll be divided. So some of them, the loyalists, they could join your little pack and help you at least cross Germany. You make a stop at the old world caern.
I can even see the party or the group getting split up at this time because it'd be so hectic. Everyone has sort of like make their own way back. Like no one knows if who's alive, who's not, until they eventually like trickle back into Poland.
So Johann and Jeanette will disappear. Yeah.
You mentioned that we can save them.
Yeah, I'm asking.
I mean, all this seems to be like a big chaos, and I don't know if Alina could handle it. So all this seems like a very big losing the battle, like on every level. So at least what she can do is try to save Johann and the new girl. We're gonna lose Gaia anyways and all this stuff, so she needs a win this time. So she will.
That'd be nice, yeah, to have those this sort of like argument that encompasses sort of like what the whole problem is about all around you, and convince him to not fall to the dark side.
Yeah, she tried before to talk to him many times, and she would be like, okay, we go to this mood, I have to keep an eye on them, I have to make sure nothing will go wild. We represent the heart of the forest here, so for Alina it would be easier to notice if something is stirring up and go for it and stop it. Try to convince him not to drag this young Garou with him in this darkness. And he just gave me a chance. He cannot give up so early. And let's fight and try for the good guys.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I think she will focus on that. I'm sure that Alina will try to convince everybody that it's our fault, whatever is happening. She was going in there to warn them, and ironically, what she was prophesied for the future in general, though, me as a player, I didn't know the story or anything. I just heard it now, but I was expecting some kind of retribution soon. So Alina, all the time of the mood, she was gonna be like those crazy ladies and guys that they're like, the doomsday is coming. Yeah, but not like that. But she was gonna be like, change your ways, try to stay united. What you're doing is gonna come to our downfall, that we have to change our ways, go back to the old days, be more respectful, try to work as a group all together, leave the politics behind us, who is gonna be where and what. Let's focus on the matters on hand. There is corruption out there that needs to be stopped, that there are evil creatures, other Garou, and not only. So she will be preaching for this the whole mood. And I'm guessing that she was going to be ignored by many.
Yeah.
But maybe she can convince some people. I mean, she's charismatic enough.
This is going to be tough because this is when the presence of the king comes in with the silver fang as well. And to top it all up, the king he's drunk. He walks around.
That's absurd.
He scrambles around with a bottle of whiskey.
Why? Why is that? Why?
He wears a red cape and weird silver bracers. And
why? Can I understand why he's like a fool?
Because he was always a drunk, and he's just coming back to his good old habits. Cannot cope with
why he's the king.
The scale of the boat is sinking, and he took on drinking again. And
okay, he doesn't have any counselors.
Oh, he
Nobody's
has his pack and all that, but he's ashamed to the silver fang for heritage, for sure.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this guy is he's not showing the greatest of examples when it comes to silver fang heritage. He looks like a failed superhero, with a red cape, this silver circlet, the crown, the falcon crown. He drops it many times, as he stumbles around. No one can touch the crown, because if they put it on their head, they will die instantly. So it's a mystery as to how can Falcon still allow him to wear the crown, but he does. From time to time, he does put it on to show.
That is very weird, actually. That it's intriguing how Falcon leaves him wear it. Yeah, that really makes me wonder
that there is possibly no replacement available.
Maybe I'm not gonna question the wisdom of the spirits. Alina will still try to get some people to listen to what she has to say. Maybe some people will remember the words one day, and if the occasion is risen again, this time they will not question her that much. So maybe she had some friends during this mode. Maybe there are more like-minded Garou out there.
I think Ophelia will hear you well, huh?
Yeah.
Of course. The Russian queen Tamara, I think, is very ponderate and rational. I think she's having a long conversations with the King Allbrecht, sort of like get him out of his lunacy, his daydream. But Tamara as well will recognize, Alina's voice as one of the influential,
Yeah.
once.
Now, as far as the big stuff that they're gonna happen and the despair that it's gonna fall, I'm guessing that it was gonna be chaos. I'm sure that Alina will be very frustrated with everything that's happening, but she's gonna interpret it. Okay, she's gonna be positive this time because all this time she was, oh, we're a failure or no. Okay, we're still breathing. The spirits are still here. Maybe that is one more test. Maybe Gaia will be returned when we are worth it. So maybe she will not fall at despair fully. She will try to save as many as she can, help as many as she can. And maybe one day they will see the road and how they have to act for Gaia to come back.
Everyone, I think everyone should roll.
Not force.
Should roll now for Harano. So, what was the rule? Is a D6.
Okay. It's a D6?
No,
I
thought it was D10. I've been looking for the link. I can't find the link for the game.
You can just roll it on.
The link is in the chat, Robert.
The link for what?
It's on the chat right up in the werewolf calendar.
Werewolf calendar. I see werewolf, Haranglass picks, extras, spin.
No, you don't look at the correct calendar. Werewolf calendar. I'm sending you a print screen. Calendar.
You basically a Harano test. You sum. It's you roll a dice pool equal to the amount of filled boxes on both the Harano and Auglosк trackers. You just need one die to succeed. To not get yet another point in Harano.
Can you just roll it on the stat or on the character sheet?
I don't know.
Where is it?
Use the dice. Use the dice custom dice roller on the bottom right.
Yeah, I rolled it.
Okay.
Yep, I passed.
You're good. You passed.
Wait a minute. Where did you find it, Michael?
If you go in your character sheet and you go to the wolf section, the fourth box down from the very top, you see the Harano. You click on the names, yeah. Failure.
Alina.
One die.
Yeah, Alina, you get Oh, you had no Harano, no Auglosк at this point up till now.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's my first one.
Yeah, it's justified. Oh, I would have given that if I knew already. I wouldn't have even asked. Okay, though it makes sense.
Yeah.
And
oh my god.
Oh, you failed this one. Oh shit.
Oh my god.
So I get a point from listening to the. Okay.
Oh, 4? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh,
can I
you
willpower that?
3 Harano, 2 Auglosк. Oh yeah, you're really on the path. Anakin. Anakin, do something.
The system will let me willpower reroll, can I?
Not this kind of rolls. I don't think so.
I didn't think so.
Ooh. So 3 Harano, it starts to be existentially burdening to be on that edge constantly, feeling trapped in that I don't know, just your Garou forever, can't do shit about it, and it solves nothing, and still you have to suffer the all the drawback of being a Garou. You begin to even miss the life of a homeless you had back in the days where you could not be like harried by so many irrational questions. So Harano 3 and Houglosk, but Houglosk 2, it starts to be, I think, quite vibrant. I don't know how to put it, but it must feel like, if you have, claws and fangs, what's it for? If you don't make use of it, tame the weak, cut them off, unroot the corrupt, like you'll begin to have less patience with the children of Gaia pack. You begin to have less patience with you may lose a bit of trust from the spirit at the caern, as you become to react a bit more harshly than you used to. Don't know, you tell us. You'll figure out maybe through roleplay when. Yeah,
I'm reading it right now. I really wish they had kind of like a scale to show you.
Yeah. How Glosk is to do with self-righteousness, right? So the end justified the means at any cost. And Harano is defeat. Defeat, irony. Be a killing machine, but you're confronted with the subtlety of like multi-layered, interdimensional situation, an entanglement, but not just close and fang can solve. Yeah, that's good that that you save Johan, and I think it's super cool. Johan and Jonette were on the brink of never coming back or becoming enemies, even, because there will be skirmishes, there will be combat, there will be war now with the cult. And loads of septs and pacts will just be shattered. Be infightings. In Berlin, in East Berlin, of course, as well. And we forgot to mention that during that night, 9th of November 1989, the wall of Berlin fell.
So many stuff.
So everything just on that day, like correlated into, like, just amalgamated in just a nuclear compact of just, the human realm as well has reached a new stage of its history, let's say, For Garou, that means new spirits will be around. New Chiminage will have to be settled. New forces will go new places. Certain spirits will lose their influence. Other spirits will gain some. Of course, travel will be different. The Soviet bloc will take another 3 years to dismantle itself. There will be more revolutions happening in various eastern countries. But it will take a while anyway for the world to restabilize, and there will be this artificial shift of power. America, will go straight into 10 years later, it's 9/11. Yeah, it's not. It's kind of makes sense. They head toward their own self-destruction. So having fed so much terrorism, it comes back in their face. I still believe the CIA did it, but even worse, personally, but doesn't matter. Yeah. So there will be this 90s, this American sort of dream, invading new countries. Now it's open market, let's go. Poland will be clever about it. It will be one of the country that eastern country that adapts best to that shift. They were always a special people, very adaptive people who managed to retain their sense of their identity, even after losing their own country for a time. They were split and divided like a cake between empires and all that. And they came back. They remained. They recovered after the First World War or World War. So an island was it's 1 millennia old. It's an old kingdom. It's an old kingdom created in 1036. Had the first actual king of Poland, 1036, I'm correct, 26. And for centuries, so they have, and loads of inventors, composers. So, we know the Polish spirit is a serious actor on the world. Now they will adapt very well. They will be the richest Eastern European country, quickly, and they will embrace the American dream. So what you will see, I think, is tourism invading. There will be a new sense of commerce and tourism and open borders and stuff like that. Pushcha will be under the threat of new influx of brain dead. I guess I think it will take a moment for the local government, to adapt, to compensate, and protect nature there. But the same again, like Garou, they hate to come up with laws, artificial ways to fix a problem that shouldn't exist in the first place. So that will create another kind of level of dissent and dissension in the Garou Pushta community. I think that girl, she will hate it. The other Garou, what's her name? Simona. Simona, who came to study she came from Rakuf to study wildlife and biomes and all that. She will hate the tourists with all her heart. She'll be glad to take part in the radio. I think with her, she'll do everything she can to help Alina run that radio Gaia. But is there anything else special that you wanted your characters to deal with, to accomplish during the moot? Can we move on to that time in between the moot and when with that arc to where they are ready to deal with the vampire case?
That's all for me. I don't know if the others want to do something.
I'm all good on my front.
Yeah, I think we're all set.
What did you do, Lucas, in the moot?
Yeah.
Complain.
Complain to the stars. Complain to Udo.
Moped about, feeling sorry for himself. Every time he asks why, he gets told there's no point. Okay, then why even are we doing any of this?
Yeah, I think even Udo takes a hit. Takes a bad hit and sort of like in his soul, like for him that was possibly this moot was the last chance the Garou nation had to get itself together, and he seems pretty down by what happened. He'll be part of that caravan of Garou that will head back east. And he'd been very moody, with a very moody vibe. He would just tag along. I think his Berlin will be bloody, very bloody for a moment, as the new balance has to be created, organized. Those guys were already savages. Now they're all out. Of course, what their name? Yeah, the caern, the Septon is Berlin. There would be dissolutions and reform, recompacting. Some will die, some will disappear in the Umbra. One of the biggest hurdle problem now is to deal with the new landscape of the Umbra, the way it's fake, irresponsive, repulsive. It's spirits What will be most shocking, I think, when you come back to the heart of the forest, is to see that Garou have lost spirits. Generally, spirits have lost confidence in Garou. They now distrust. They're not just neutral and looking to cut a deal, you know, with any Shiminage dealer or whatever. Now their default is distrust. The default feel in the Umbra, once you guys figure out the way to go around, you know, and in and out of the Umbra, is that it's impervious. It makes room before you're coming, you know, or it just go in the way and it just doesn't want to interact, or it blocks passage. And then spirit, they just, you know, saddle, you know, at you, and they feel that the howl, because they suffer the howl of Gaia, yeah, constantly. That they are umbral beings, so they hear that wail permanently. It's so this isn't like a nice sound. It's not cool. It comes with a vibe, you know. It comes with something, you know. It's just like, ugh. Spirits are on edge. They're worked, you know. They're drilled from the inside. They just vibe is putting them, you know, at a weird spot. And a lot of them will lose their function, I think, with Gaia gone. A lot of Gaian spirits will wither, will retreat, and will fade. I think we're really entering a new world of darkness, you know, and that will have ripples, that will have consequences in reflection onto this physical world. The wall of Berlin fell. Yeah, freedom, let's do what we want, you know, let's drop fucking, you know, fridges in the forest, you know, empty Coca-Cola bottles anywhere we go. It's takeaway time, you know.
No.
So yeah, I think nature will yeah. That's before the NGO era. That's before Greta Thunberg, right? So it wasn't yet super fashionable. It's before the greenwash, yeah, the big greenwash of the 2010s, where suddenly every politician would die to save Gaia. You know, all of a sudden, like billions of dollars poured into green energy. How come, you know? Why not 50 years ago? You know? Because suddenly it's too late? Give us a break. You know? It's just fashionable now to tax people on that. The new, you know, we're not yet in the 2010s in this era. It's the 90s. It's the deprivation. 90s is the big downfall of humanity in my eyes. It's really... It was a great time. I was a teenager. I contributed wholeheartedly. I didn't know. How can I know? But the kids were made for something else, not made to wage war and fix the Gaia's problems. We're meant to, you know, develop skills and have dreams. Can't ask a child to go to war. That's what they're trying to do now. That's why you have all these depressed kids, because they're aware of, they think they're responsible for everything. Nah, it's not the time yet. You're still 14. Give yourself a break. So at what date do you think between 1999? How long will it take for the guardian of Bison's guardians to recover from all of that, and Oh, maybe remember that. Fuck, there is a vampire having a cathedral, a lair right below them. How long? What will lead them to sort of like packing again what it takes to go to war once more? There is.
I found this in the Shadow Nations book.
Yeah.
Kind of give a breakdown of the typical age of what an average werewolf's life might look like.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. What page is it?
What page was it? Give me 1 second.
I have the book in front of me, but
1 second. Here. It's on page 38.
Oh. Yeah. At 40, death at the hands of the enemy. Age 35, becoming a respected elder. So, yeah. So by 2009, all of you would be old enough to be considered elders.
And if it's, 83 right now?
Yeah. So there's 20 years between 89 and 2009. Yeah, it's a lot less than we thought. It's 20 years less.
Yeah. Well, that's the average. That's not, I mean, that isn't like written in stone. This is how it is at age 40, you're done.
Yeah. It's a bit, yeah. Because there is a factor, determining factor, and when it comes to when are we ready to deal with that vampire. This guy has a pact with Kupala, and removing that guy, that demon, that thing, whatever it is, means like forging alliances with much bigger fish. Yeah. Because as long as the demon that terrorizes the whole of Eastern Europe is there's enough sort of like, dissonance for the worm and the weaver to keep going at, basically it creates the perfect ground for a vampire to thrive. Yeah.
I'm sure that we never forget that encounter, me and Lucas. But maybe after killing his children, we thought maybe the rest of it is a myth or a story, or he doesn't exist, or that nothing happened, that he never took retribution for killing his children.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he was not there. Maybe those were the only ones.
Did we manage to kill the children? I thought we ended up running away.
One.
We killed one of them, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember about the other one. We killed the male one. The male one, yeah. So maybe they went underground and they didn't keep any attention to themselves after that.
Yeah.
And maybe they did something to make us aware again and remember.
I think
maybe we thought that they abandoned the land after our threats and everything.
I think these guys are patient, right? Of course. But something could have happened that triggers that quest on again, is that something to do with the girl, right? With Liana.
The ghost.
No, Liana, the wildling.
Ah, the wildling,
The
yes.
one with the blood.
That can kill him, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the other vampire will come and find us. The lady of the forest.
Julia.
I left open businesses with her. She knows that if she sends me against this vampire, Alina will go. So maybe she's trying to stir up something.
Yeah.
And drag the rest of the pack to that as well. Or maybe it's time for Mike to take retribution for his mother.
There's that too. Yeah.
Because she's the one that has her imprisoned. Alina tried to free her, and she's a little bit mad to Alec that he didn't try to save her yet.
Yeah, I think that was coming. Yeah, when you said Alec that you were going to make a family, sort of like find balance with your human life. Your mother was part of that effort as well, right?
Him and his brother, who he just freed in the previous downtime.
Yeah, because Alex's brother is now a enlightened human, so to say. Right, he's been learning to deal with the delirium, made space in his head for the world of darkness, and he's become, I guess, not only your new touchstone, but as well an ally. Yeah, you could put yourself a dot of ally in your brother. What was his name?
Arush?
No.
Premek.
Shemek.
Prismek. Shemek.
Yeah. Let's put him as a little ally, a 1-dot ally. But he's not a vampire hunter, huh?
Still just human, but
yeah,
a human with a shotgun is still pretty effective.
Yeah. Yeah, anyone. Yeah, for sure. But he's not like given the. Because certain humans are born with, something
supernaturally powered
hunters, actual hunters.
I think like in the how soon after the World Moot that Alec would sort of lock in with the whole threat of this vampire dealing with the demon, so that he could actually get at him. It would probably be in the coming months. You still deal with the spiritual backlash of his tribe sort of splintering. Also, if any of the survivors came with him, a lot of tension would be spent getting that settled. Where these people gonna live? Where they gonna go? Are they gonna stay here with us, or do they have places that they want to go?
Yeah.
Maybe because it's playing that more loyalist element that we talked about. Actually, when they were there, maybe they want to continue their own war. So it's more planning. What we gonna do? Do you know anyone else that we can go try to recruit to sort of save the tribe and all that? Sort of keep the war going. Our own personal war with the cult. And then after that's settled, yeah, so their own personal civil war, because maybe that's how they're viewing it, as a civil war between themselves. So maybe that's how they're viewing it, and when that settles down and people either stay here and start to restart their lives, or they leave to go wherever they're gonna go, find people, just whatever, then he'll turn his attention back to the immediate threat.
Yeah. And what about that ghoulish mother of yours, will you rip her away? Will you separate her? Will you? How do you call it when you cut the drug addict from his drug?
Blood bond.
I think we covered that last downtime. Is where like they sort of just are trying to stop her from interacting with the vampire that's like feeding her blood and making her a ghoul, and sort of like trying to keep a distance and let eventually like detox out of her system.
Yeah.
Like he's just like just watching it, like letting her do what she's compelled to do with the wildling girl, and just like keeping a watch out.
Okay.
Like him and his brother be taking turns, or like people, the other surviving werewolves around the entirety of the forest. He could ask the watch with him, because like how important the girl is. And
would part of your intent be as well to lure the gangrel Julia to have a talk with her, or do you think before next session, you guys think we can have like the intro next session could be basically to do with that connection with Julia, Yola, Alex's mother, and Liana, the wildling. Like, it could be a way to...
definitely. That could be like...
Yeah, I'll figure out something in those lines.
Yeah, I think like after like so much time passes and the vampire isn't showing itself, that could be a strategy. Like maybe Johan suggested if he's back still himself.
Yeah.
So like we have to act. Maybe we could try to ambush the vampire, because soon Alex's mom at that point will break free from the compulsion, because it hasn't drank the vampire's blood in so long. So the vampire just has to make a move.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah.
And they would know that.
She
and plan a trap.
Not like it after she taught that to Alina. That wasn't. She tried to cut that deal already, and she wasn't. She totally wasn't. She was against that. For her, that there was two reasons for not letting go. First, she's a ghoul. She helps her, organize herself during the daytime. She keeps her domain, supervised during daytime. But she's also she's been made responsible for the protection of Liana. And Liana, she's
you see, even like everyone knows that.
Yeah.
And so Alex's mom hasn't been doing that, obviously. So with that knowledge of like that's what this gangrel wants, and if they're denying it, that the gangrel has to act soon.
Yeah.
And so so they're preparing for that eventuality.
Cool. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out because I don't know. I guess we need to. If we want to sort of like spread downtime sort of more or less evenly, or we go with the next downtime after that is like 15-20 years, because we said that Elders happened in 2009 around. So when do you think is the beginning of next session? What year? Like, let's say,
maybe like 5 years.
Yeah, I thought of something similar. Yeah, like
5 years, have the conversation, and maybe like add a few more years go by, like they're actually tracking down and like putting together solutions how to deal with this enormous threat, and then an actual hunt.
1994, we could kick next chapter. 19. Yeah. Cool. It sounds like a good year. I like this number. 1994. Was 14.
Next session, will we have like a little like where we narrate what we did during downtime, or just based off what we told you?
I think that's what we're doing now. I think next session we play. It's time we play. It's time we get back into furry stuff. I think we want to complete that downtime, the vision we have of that downtime period today. Get rid of not get rid of that, but sign that. What else would there be happening in Pushta? What could I? I'll let you know. I'll think of. There is a few. I think there will be a reshuffling. Of the sort of like the relation, the who's who of Pushta, right? It's really a few major figures will have will be either gone. There would be maybe a caern has completely fallen. The situation is much worse than it was. Maybe an entire
what
new
is
set
everyone
has
else
formed. I don't
doing
know.
in downtime?
Say again?
What is everyone else's characters doing during the downtime?
Yeah. What about you, Alina and Lucas?
I will let Lucas say first because I went first before.
I guess Lucas would be focused on the caern.
Yeah.
The spirit's well-being within it. Spending time with the Polish Boy Scouts. What are they called again? I can't pronounce it, but it's abbreviated the ZHP. And spending time with the forest ranger Birgar. Spending time with his allies, keeping those connections fresh. Looking for more allies to help if and when we ever need any kind of protection or whatnot. Maybe I don't know, I was thinking something of some type of group of hikers or not wildlife fanatics, but survival experts, It's like those rough and tumble weirdos that like to just go out with a backpack and see how long they can stay in the wilderness.
Hibbies.
Yeah.
Yeah, hardcore ones. And what about them?
I'm just trying to lay some groundwork for spending EXP on more allies. So just getting to know other humans that happen to be in the woods instead of just coming up, what are you doing here, or chasing them off, actually engaging in conversation and posing as somebody who just lives off the grid and doesn't want to be part of the village that's down south.
Cool. Yeah. Building a network of safety network, sort of buffer the unforeseen.
What did I put it down as? Where did it go? Because I wrote his concept as a street kid, but then looking at it more, there it is, the concept. In the Werewolf book, under Bonar's, one of the concept is friend of ours. Basically, when we get to next session or after the next downtime, Lucas will be able to pretty much know almost everything.
Yeah.
And for whatever situation, he'll be able to call somebody, or he knows someone who knows someone who knows about whatever's going on.
Cool. I see you. Okay. Also, we have Heavenly Gaze joining your caern.
Oh, Alec also would be during the downtime still going heavy on the kinseeking, while also building his cover life of trying to settle down with someone, and also finishing primary and secondary school, maybe even starting college.
Nice, yeah. Alina, do you think you have any special?
Alina will finish school, make some more traveling around with doing arts work and everything. At the beginning, mostly because we speak about what happened and what is gonna happen, and need to spread out the word. And then she will go back to help Lucas to see what's going on with the spirits, to communicate, to start the radio station, so she can pass up the message everywhere that if anybody needs help, if anybody needs guidance, they can come and find us. And through my radios, I want to try to unite as many people as I can. I try to grow up some followers, even distant one, mind like Garou. That they believe in the guidance of the spirits and that we can still save what is left of our world. Yeah, she will focus mostly on that, to make connections, not like Lucas does around the forest. She will try to do more spread it around Europe.
Okay.
And for sure Poland.
And more on the Garou and the spiritual side of it.
Yes, and she will also try to engage with other creatures. She will really love to go and meet that bear that everybody was talking about.
Meet who?
The bear, the warden.
Ah, yeah. Oh, okay.
And if she can find more different creatures that are not Garou. Yeah. I don't know, is it possible for Alina to maybe meet changelings or changelings are good creatures of the forest, not the forest only, but
yeah.
She will try to find allies at other supernatural beings. She tried with the vampire, so far she failed. She will try to find changelings or maybe chase some other myths and tales and try to find other were creatures. And if she cannot travel to find them, she will try to communicate through the radio, leave hidden messages. And as I'm thinking, if also the guys are like agree with that, I was thinking to make the heart of the forest like a sanctuary, like any supernatural being can come and seek for protection and healing and help every new blood that doesn't have any help and needs guidance for young wolves. I mean, our nation is being less and less in numbers, so at least what we can do is take care of our own.
But I think Alec would support that. Maybe not like vampires. He wouldn't support giving like sanctuary, but like different like were creatures. He would support. And this would be cool to see because you never see those.
Vampire, I will not tell Alec. Okay.
He sees them as like, hey, why does that guy only come out at night? That's so weird.
Look, I will give their kind at least one more chance before I put denied on all of the of the nation. I know Garou that are evil, so I'm sure that there are vampires that are good in nature.
Yeah. There's
Alina strongly believes that.
Yeah. They're trying to get by. I mean, you had a pretty normal conversation with Julia.
Yeah, as far as she being a bitch, but yeah.
Yeah, she was normally bitchy, but
for sure.
Not like evil per se.
Yeah, I'm sure that Alina can find gangrels that she can talk face to face. And yes, I was thinking about spending some points on academics not only for my stuff, but I want to know. I want to be a little bit more multilingual.
More
I
say
have
again? More
occult,
what?
like multilingual.
Yeah. Oh.
Be able, but also combine it with the occult. I'm gonna try to find some words on other species or in magic terms, so I can hit my messages in the broadcasts and use like a supernatural innuendo.
Okay, I get you. Okay.
Or something like that, and try to make a secret communication through that. Back in the 90s, being a spy and, create the codes of communication, everything was very much on fashion. So I'm thinking something like that.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm already very famous. Let me see. I am already how famous? Let's see. What is it?
Oh, but you had shitloads in famous. You were.
I have three dots. I'm very famous.
You're a national treasure.
National treasure.
Your celebrity on a national level. I think that was more or less the scale of it. We yes, there was what was I had that. There was this guy that connected you during the 90s. Solidarność, Solidarity, this revolutionary political party group, but will basically now will go into. They will become the next government.
I am also a person of interest with dot of 2 on my floors. So I must have done something.
Yeah, there is that. Okay.
And yeah, I'm guessing like anti-terrorist or terrorism. As a teenager still, I tested my limits. And maybe I overdid some stuff. Yeah. Maybe because I had this idea with sending the Weaver to the Chernobyl. Maybe I did something. Maybe I did sabotage something there. Anyways, with a group of activists, and now police had my fingerprints and stuff like that.
Where would that have happened?
I don't know, maybe I put the bomb on a president's house or something. Killed a bunch of people. This is what I want. Maybe because I was in the politics and everything, there was a network of people that were trafficking other people. And maybe I sniffed that somehow, maybe because a Garou or some kid or someone was there, and I went to kill a bunch of people.
So you've made an enemy with the mafia smuggler.
Yeah. And maybe even the police. That's why I went back to the forest, and I'm like, okay, enough city. I will broadcast with my nickname that I use for my fame, and hid in the heart of the forest. Not go to the city no more.
You somewhat you Kinseeked, I don't know. Maybe Alec had to finish his part of his studies in Warsaw. You met in Warsaw, the two of you, and Alec, with your kin-seeking right, you identified a young kin, and the two of you went to take him away, and in fact free him from that ring of smugglers. Possibly was just a wretched girl forced to prostitution, something dark. And
very dirty, yes. And I couldn't withstand myself, and I killed them all.
The police was in on it with the smugglers. So now, yeah, you possibly are in hiding in the forest at this point.
Yeah, I lost my temper and I didn't do the job as clean as Alec would wish. So maybe that's why I left a lot of evidence behind.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. So we have another. There was Jonette that joined in 1989, but we have another girl, a young Garou. I don't know what tribe she'll be, but she'll be something like a Black Fury, or I think she'd be a Black Fury, yeah, because she would want to reclaim her legitimacy, she'll be about justice as well. You lost much in the process of getting her out of that trafficking ring, and so she owe you. She feels like she feels justice needs to be done, so she'll probably become a Black Fury. So we have a new Black Fury joining the caern of the Heart of the Forest. Plus I think the broadcasting asking for like supernaturals to join the cast. And I will have to. I won't read Changeling in 1 week.
Yeah.
I'm not super aware. My Changeling knowledge is shit. So I don't know if I can come up with something playable when it comes to interacting with changelings and stuff. I know a bit more about the other feral, yeah, the feral. Fera is all the were creatures, yeah. So I could totally imagine that there is a ratkin joining in, a were bat. We could start to have a little funny zoo going in Pusha. Next, yeah, another kind of zoo. Don't know. I have the name Natalia for that new Black Fury. Let's go with Natalia. Natalia, Black Fury. Cool. I really needed a session like that, guys. Really puts me back in like
on track,
yeah, in a creative, mood. Because I had become the slave of my own project, sort of, and lost the fluid, the connection. Not that I was going to let anyone down. There wasn't. I was just like looking for a way to start once more. Because I had stopped working in my mind. So I'm glad we did this. It's nice. Good. I think but what we have most of what we need to go forward. I think we understand. I will make sure that the next time there is an encounters with something that echoes the new status quo, the new paradigm. I will make sure to sort of like make it pop, so we know that it's another era. But also, yeah, you guys were. I'm impressed. You guys are. You know your characters.
Of course we do. We love these characters.
Good job.
We cried many times for these characters.
Yeah. Cool. Well, anything else we need? Do you need you guys from me tonight, or can we? Mike, are you able to play next week? If it's the your end of year rush, kinda. How is it going?
I'll be good for next Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah.
For this coming up Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be good.
And the one after?